I think he's had better days.
Lord.
Oh, that level of drunk. Granny, she's getting into it. Oh, is he gonna make it? No, no. Oh, OktoberFest. Ooh, brutal.
Oh, dude.
Oh, brutal.
No, keep it. Keep it. Oh!
All right. Welcome to NFT Live. You're hanging out with DJSavage and Biggie Smalls over here. We are bringing you a special NFT Live episode. We got Nifty Q over in Europe getting ready to do some OktoberFest activities.
Oh!
Everybody in chat doing. How you doing, Biggie?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thanks for asking, Savage. It's been a great week.
I think
How
we got
about you?
I think we got to air on the stream.
Oh no.
It says it's not streaming.
Major Tom, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Why don't we stop and restart this one? I think because I don't think we're actually live. Let me try this. If you're out there and you can hear me, say something inside chat. Hello. I think we got to air though.
You can't see George.
And I got ads on this one over here. I'm going to guess this isn't going, so we're just going to restart this one.
We can see you, says Hash Rhymes, but
we can see you. No sound? No sound?
No sound.
I can hear you. All right. People can hear us. They can see us. It says it's airing out on YouTube. But hey, you know what? If we're actually live and it's actually working, let's go. Let's go. Welcome to NFT Live, everybody. Sorry about the rough intro there. I'm kind of surprised it says it's going. I got to air on my playback over here. So, you know, Jacob and Hash are out there in chat saying they can see us and they can hear us. So thanks for showing up. Thanks for providing some feedback over there. It definitely says is not working, but we are working. You are vibing with DJSavage and Biggie for NFT Live today. Hope everyone is doing great in the audience. We have Nifty Q over in Europe, so it's just going to be the two of us today. And there was some big news this week with the Ethereum merge being completed. What were your thoughts on that, Biggie?
Well, you know, I honestly thought, like so many others, that I had it all figured out, Savage. But I got to be honest with you, as that countdown, you know, as that timer drew closer and closer, I got a little nervous. But mostly I was nervous because I was afraid of all the people that were saying that it was just going to explode, right? And you never know how these things can go. But I was pretty certain that it was timed in, you know, priced in, and here we are at 1420. What are we right now? No biggie, you know. I think if you extrapolate and look back historically at all the Bitcoin halvings, usually that afterburner effect for a pump comes a couple of months after. So I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know if you know, pump or dump. So if none of that happens and we're just going sideways for a little bit, that's fine with me. I was hoping we could hold 1500, but you know, as long as we're not dropping really far, no difference to me.
Claim any hopes or anything like that, Savage?
I didn't. No. I was kind of busy all week, just kind of, you know, working on my my car, doing stuff inside Discord. Didn't do too much inside the NFT or like crypto space. It kind of just felt like a regular week to me. Maybe that's a good thing, right? You know, if Ethereum would have blew up, that would have definitely stood out, and we would be screaming a lot of pain right now. Probably be a lot of people getting liquidated and stuff. But you know, just sitting kind of normal and sideways. I mean, the average person doesn't know anything about NFTs or crypto, anyways. So when we're talking about the merge and how important it is, like, do they know? Do they care? You know, I did have a sad moment when I turned off my miners this morning. I was making like, you know, $5-6 a day or something, and now we're down to like 37 cents. So that was a sad moment when I turned those off. You know, what do you do? What do you do?
Is there something else that you can use them for, Savage? Something else that you might be able to mine?
I mean, yeah, there were some coins that were pumping right after the merge, like Raven Coin and Ethereum Classic and a couple like that. But you know,
short-lived.
Yeah. Short-lived, right? Small market cap. Who knows what that chain's going to actually do in the future? And then, you know, it boosts up my AC in the house and makes it noisy, and you know.
Yeah, but the gamers are going to be happy, right?
Yep. Speaking of gamers being happy, there is a lot of GPUs, I think, hitting the market right now. We have some news over here on that. There was the carbon footprint of Ethereum went down 99.9% after the merge over here. But this article is saying that might be slightly skewed because it's saying it's energy efficient, but what really happened was everyone that was mining on GPU just left and went over to other coins like Raven Coin or ETH Classic or, you know, wherever. So they're saying that it didn't really get a whole lot greener from some of the user standpoint, but this should bring in some institutional investors because they care about that ESG, environmental, social, and corporate governance. So it's just, you know, like a selling point. It was Raven Coin and Ergo. I've seen these these pumps or whatever. But I mean, I've got a couple GPU cards doing nothing currently right now, and I think this is going to be a trend that's going to keep going. Because NVIDIA, AMD, all their graphics cards are dipping below, you know, $1,000 over here, even for their TI versions. And then they've got the new 4000 series stuff coming out as well. So this guy in this article thinks that we might see $500 to $700. I pull this up, other people can read it. $500 to $700 GPUs, because that's the prices that they're seeing in China right now for these cards. Which, you know, there's a lot of gamers that couldn't get graphics cards for quite a long time because all the miners were taking them. And I bet it's going to be the exact opposite now, where there's just going to be a surplus of graphics cards everywhere. So if you're out there shopping for a graphics card, definitely look into the like the background on it and make sure, you know, if that guy was using it for mining or whatever, that he, you know, properly took care of it. Or whatever at the end of it, because, you know, you don't want to end up with a GPU that, you know, it's just been beat to hell, or, you know, it's all dusty and dirty or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll figure out something to do with it at some point.
I'm sure. Yeah, they always come up with something to, you know, maintain their market hold or whatever. I did see Ronan out there had some big news on Twitter. We'll give him a shout out real quick. 2 million NFTs minted on Gigantik platform. That's probably more than Coinbase has been doing all year or something. Shout out to Ronan, brother. Nice to see you doing some stuff out there. Hope your platform continues to take off. He also dropped another Twitter post out here saying that there was a gem sweep for 76 other deed like plots being sold for a total combination of 125 ETH. And that's crazy. The guy only paid 0.11 or something. And in transaction fees to get 76 NFTs. And this was a massive sweep of other side deeds.
That's conviction for you, man. That's
73. Conviction. That is a lot of NFTs. I wonder if he sold like his Bored Ape or something like that just to buy all of these. But that's super bullish. That is I wonder if you bought 73 in this one sweep, what else do you think is in that wallet? Maybe I should have went and looked that up before going on air. But I bet you his wallet just has to be absolutely crazy. If not, it is now, right? That's one man over there.
Maybe it's just one of his wallets too, right?
Exactly. Good point. There's better be a hardware wallet too. There's some money sitting inside this one now. And that's just today. You know, wait till other side starts actually putting out some content and people actually start playing inside their metaverse. Then it's really gonna, you know, blow up. But I want to say a quick hello to everybody in chat. Hash Rhymes, I see you out there. Hello. Jacob, XWow. It's nice to see everyone hanging out with us on this NFT Live Friday. Happy LADZ Day, everybody. Happy LADZ Day, everybody. Hope your week has gone just as well as mine has. You know, I was expecting a lot more from the merge. Some sort of action, either up or down. I was really surprised to see stuff just going sideways.
You know, I'm thankful that it didn't, because those types of sudden moves can really hurt people, you know, if they don't know how to react towards them properly. And like XHOW was saying, you know, I think this whole ESG play for Ethereum argument, other than like you were mentioning, Savage, you know, certain institutional investors that are beholden to certain standards that will be able now to invest. That's really, I think, the only value that is going to attract maybe more people to invest on ETH in regards to just transitioning to proof of stake and the environmental factors of it. I think the more important stuff that's coming down the pipe, you know, the Verge splurge is where the real benefits are going to come. Either way, monumental technical feat, and it's working great. Have you bought anything post-merge?
I have not bought anything post-merge. I was just kind of feeling out the market, trying to see where we're going, what we're doing, you know, hold on to my ETH for, you know, the time being, which is always kind of a gamble because, you know, right before the merge, you know, we got up to like, what, 1700 or something. And I was like, you know, this is probably would be the time to, you know, sell and then buy back in when it's cheaper. But, you know, every time I make those kind of moves, I always get burnt. So my luck was I'm going to sell all my ETH. It's going to fly up, you know, $600-700. And then I'll just be stuck without ETH and a bunch of useless USDC. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be on NFT Live saying, you know, look, I sold everything. I had no conviction, you know, which is weird because it's not like it's conviction in the technology or the space or the future. You're just trying to bet on what the rest of the degens are going to do. It's like, you think people are going to hold? Do you think people are going to sell? And determining what people are going to do is always very difficult. Very difficult.
Most definitely, man.
I was looking at some of my toy boogers over here. They've got to deal with the people over at Time, and they were saying on this panel that they were doing that they think NFTs might be falling off, and it might be kind of the end for them. But the Time gentleman said, you know, this space isn't over. You won't even know you're using NFTs, but they'll be back. He said the next bull run, hopefully by this time next year, people don't even realize they're using NFTs anymore. And I definitely agree with that. I think this is what's going to happen. We've seen this roll out with like Starbucks and their coffee, or with like ticket sales. And I think they're like, the technology is far too good to be like left behind or actually forgotten about. This isn't like the Beanie Babies of the 90s, because we all know how the Beanie Babies fiasco went. Everyone was buying into those, and then nothing happened with them, and they're worthless and sitting in your closet collecting dust. Nice thing about crypto, it can't collect any dust. Those digital wallets are dust free. Dust free. Let's see what else we got here. I know you had some links that you wanted to talk about over here with ERC 325.
Yeah,
coming out.
Semi-fungible tokens now, right? You know what you were talking about right now about us removing these different monikers, right, to describe, you know, NFTs, decentralization. You know, there's a big push right now arguing that to onboard the next generation, you need to remove these things from them. But I'm not too sure that that's positive, you know, because I think they definitely highlight what kind of security or token you're getting into, right? Like, and so NFTs non-fungible, right? Whereas ERC20 fungible, and now we have these ERC 3525, which are semi-fungible. What the hell are we talking about? Right? And I get it. It's confusing for most people, but imagine, right? Like these ERC 3525s are going to most probably be used for real world assets, right? For deeds, for houses or properties, free medical records, stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I think it's important to know what you're getting in return, whether you're buying something or receiving something, whether it's something that's fungible or non-fungible or semi-fungible. What is its functionality, right? So one way or another, I think you can't completely remove this. The people need to become educated. That's just my personal thesis. I know it goes against the grain of a lot of people, but I'm pretty excited about this new token standard because I've been waiting for a long time, as so many of us, right, to start bringing in real world assets, you know, onto the blockchain. And I think this is going to be a very useful tool to do it. For the longest time, I figured the only way was going to be security tokens, but here we are today with semi-fungible tokens, and I can't wait to see the stuff that starts coming out of this, you know.
Semi-fungible tokens. Semi-fungible tokens are a new type of token that combines the features of both fungible and non-fungible tokens, which the divisibility of ERC20 tokens is mixed with the information description capabilities of ERC 721, which is what was popular in DeFi. So that is a big mouthful there. There's a big mouthful there. I think they're going to lose a lot of people on this article here. It'd be super interesting to see where this goes in the space or what it does. I hadn't heard anything. Well, you know what? I think Eth or Hashrine dropped a news article on this inside LADZ City, and I think when I read it, my mind just kind of like blew up, and then I passed over it. But it was nice that you actually read into this one and actually brought it up so we could discuss it today on NFT Live.
Well, it behooves us, no, Savage, because we are like the pioneers, the DJs in this space, right? And we still miss stuff all the time, right? Like I miss some stuff, and I remember NFTs. You know, we were deep in DeFi summer, and a lot of us that were in there said, "That's for the birds. Let's wait for it," right? Like we don't need to understand this now. It's going to be a while until we catch up. Lo and behold, didn't take too long, right? And some of us missed some stuff. So it behooves us to get educated in this space and to jump in early and explore and see what's out there. So yeah, I mean, as complicated as it is to wrap your head around right now or think about how you would apply it in the real world, how it would work, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mess ups, but the ones that succeed, well, they could be the crypto punks of the semi-fungible world, right? Whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Yes.
We had another article over here about Magic Eden doing some stuff. Let's look at this one. Magic Eden defends launch of NFT royalty enforcement tool. What did you think about this article, Biggie?
I think it's a noble attempt to appease some of the masses. I think right now the NFT world is split in two, right? You want to pay royalties, you do not. I think that if we all want to continue enjoying this space, you can't keep shortchanging artists, right? Like I think, you know, you should just be cool with encouraging them and letting them make a decent living. So I think it's really cool. Unfortunately, there are many people out there that think this might have been a bad move, because there's other marketplaces where people can go, right? And basically, this is just going to be enforceable on the artist level. It's a choice that the artist will have to make or not. I like to think that most of them will employ this, right? So I'm excited about it, because I can't see how removing royalties from this is going to benefit anybody, right? You're literally choking off the source, the inspiration, the creativity, the people responsible for making this stuff happen, right? So yeah, I think it's a good thing, and I hope to see more of it. And it's just like, how fast did they come up with this, right? Like, that just shows you how powerful the Solana space is, right? I mean, and they listen to their customers, unlike somebody else that we both know, Savage, right? That just doesn't give a shit. Which, by the way, did you get that fun email by them, OpenSea?
No, I don't read any of my emails.
Oh, really?
I look on my phone. There's probably 40,000 unread emails in there. I mean, everything that I need to pay is on auto pay. The rest of it, I just feel like, is just crap, spam mail, nothing important. If you want to get a hold of me, contact me on Discord, because email is not the way to go. I'll never read any of that stuff.
You heard it here, ladies. Trying to get a hold of Savage via email. It's never going to work.
No, you got to slide into the DMs inside Discord. Maybe I'll have my girlfriend start checking emails again or something. I'm sure there's stuff I'm missing over there. So Magic Eden is Solana's marketplace or whatever. Mm-hmm. So is this only enforceable on Magic Eden, or is this anywhere that Solana NFTs are sold?
So from what I understand, it's on the contract level. I guess if you're an artist and you're going to put your artwork through Magic Eden, it's an option that you have to deploy on your contract. Now, I haven't gone that deep into it, whereas if you buy it and then you try to go sell it in a different marketplace, will it work or not? But since it's at the contract level, I'm assuming it is, which is freaking awesome, right? How cool, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the taking all the royalties away from all the artists, you know, as a user, it's kind of nice. You get to think you're saving some money, but then if you're looking at the strength of the project in the long run, if the project owners aren't producing, you know, any income or anything like that, then, you know, what's the
you know, like here's an example, right? Like recently somebody bought a Gary V NFT. And the Gary V NFTs, as we all know, come with all kinds of different perks. This one in particular is like a 1 day or 1 hour mentorship by Gary V, right? And so that's not cheap. I imagine Gary V's time is not cheap either, right? This person purchased that NFT, didn't pay the royalties, man. He went around it. Now, I would imagine this person is looking to sell it for a higher profit later on. But let's suppose he didn't. How do you think Gary V would feel the day that you show up for your 1 hour mentorship and it's like, I can see right here that you pay no royalties, sir. How much do I want to mentor you, right? How much a game player are you? Yeah. Freaking sucks, you know? So I think you should be fine paying royalties. It's only going to be better art, more creatives jumping into the space. Don't be a dick. That's simple. Yeah.
We've got this is what space smells like out there, saying I have dust in my wallet. Yes, technically you have dust in your wallet. That's the leftover amount of crypto. When you trade it from wallet to wallet, some of that dust doesn't transfer because they have to factor in gas fees and stuff. But it's not collecting real dust. Like,
hey, as long as it's not tornado dust, you should be fine.
That's right. Right. We also have Marty McFly out there saying apes are dead. No volume on dogs or mutants, really. But, you know, I don't know if they're dead. I think the whole space is just kind of like on a pause. If I was gonna feel comfortable sitting on a large amount of expensive NFTs, I think I would be glad that they're underneath Yuga. So that's my thoughts on that one. I mean, I don't know.
Also, like,
sadly.
Also, I think like post merge, people are being very cautious, right, about their ETH. Like I got to tell you, Savage, when after the merge happened, um, I kind of got a little hotsy totsy with an NFT that I really liked, and I just jumped on it. You know, I FOMO'd into it, and the minute the transaction went by, I was like, oh shit, it's post merge. Let me just check. Let me see what the fuck did it happen? Did it work? I'm fine, you know, but I can't help but believe that there's a lot of people, like you were saying, that don't read into this too much, that all they know is that there's been a very serious transition happening right now. And maybe they're just kind of waiting to see between the macro and the price of ETH. It's a lull for the moment, right? But I don't think it's forever.
This is what space smells like. Says, wait until the next announcement. This was definitely a sell the news type of situation, I felt like, because just with the amount of knowledge that's out there, I think lots of the degens out here, they hear a lot about the merge, but they probably don't research it themselves. And just a lot of unknown in the space right now. So,
and honestly, the next announcement, if he was referring to the OpenSea one, it was, don't you think it was a really weird email to get? It was like, are you ready for such and such mint? If you were really smart, you would have been like, OpenSea token dropping, claim yours now.
Yeah.
Right? That shit, I would have bet, would have gotten a lot of people hurt. Now, not advice. I hope you don't do this shit. Don't be a dick. But man, how bad, like not even a sorry. I didn't even get a sorry email, Savage. You know, like, hey, somebody sent this. We're very sorry. Or we were nah, not at all. Why? When you're making so much money, right? It's incredible. OpenSea, you suck.
What did OpenSea do? Did they send? What was the email about that they fired you?
So a bunch of people got them. It was something about like some mint that was upcoming, right? And it's like, get ready. And the link at the bottom. Thank God the Hive Mind and crypto Twitter immediately started just trying to warn everybody. And I don't check my emails too early. I do check them though, Savage. And anyways, I saw it and I needed to delete. I still would have scrutinized it, but yeah, I mean, it was a malicious link sent by OpenSea. You would think, I mean, I don't know, like when T-Mobile has been hacked and your information has been compromised, you get an email, right? Like, hey, we screwed 100. Up. And I'm not saying that it's acceptable, but hey, at least it's like, you're our customer. We care about you. I'm sorry this happened. No, nothing, zero. How do you like them apples, man?
So they had someone got access to their account to send out malicious links, but they didn't infiltrate the actual OpenSea system and play with anything on the platform. That sounds like a huge announcement that they decided not to share.
Apparently, Hashrams is saying that it was some new feature coming and that they hit the send button too early. I mean, whatever it was, you know, again, no follow-up, no nothing, right? Like you'd think if it wasn't a malicious link and people are calling it that, you know, you should rectify that immediately. Jump on it. They made a Twitter announcement. Okay, well, I mean, Hashrams. I don't like OpenSea, so I don't look at what they're saying.
I mean, if it went out as an email,
right on.
Shouldn't they send out a follow-up email? I mean, what happens if you're in OpenSea but you're not a Twitter user?
I'm a boomer and I don't use Twitter, right? Like,
you're like, my flip phone doesn't connect to Twitter, but I do have all my emails here or something like that. I don't know. I guess I spend a lot of time on Twitter, so nice that they put it there because I might have seen that one and not the email. But you know, I think of, like you said, if a malicious link went out, they should send another email to say no BS.
And
I had 3 emails. Wow.
Yeah, and if anything, it just highlights what everybody's been complaining on for way too long now, which is customer service absolutely sucks. And that tells you very much what they think about their customers, right? So, I mean, hopefully one day, there will be a better product.
Where do you purchase your NFTs at? Are you when you're on ETH? Are you using Gem, XYZ?
I like Gem.
You like Gem?
I like Gem. Yeah.
Which is owned by OpenSea, right?
I know.
Yeah.
It's like
I like Gem too. I was using them before they got purchased by OpenSea, and I thought they had a great project or a great platform or whatever. It was
Yeah. Oh, it works. It works great. Saves
it
me
does
money.
work.
So
Yep,
why
that's what it's
not? Right.
about. That's the only thing we really care about, right? Save us some of these transaction fees, respond to some customer service or whatever. Kind of feels
Yeah.
like they were the big dog buying up the little dog there, which was a better platform, better project. And then they didn't change anything. Like they didn't shut it down, they didn't incorporate it. They don't even have ran by OpenSea anywhere on their page that I could see. Do you ever interact with Binance or do anything over there?
I do. I do. I don't know. It's like I think it's a great product, but again, like everything else, it's in between, right? It's not completely decentralized, but man, anything you need, you can usually find on Binance. So I am a fan of Binance. I do use it a lot.
I like CZ a lot. Real smart guy. I think real smart guy. I like following him.
Yeah.
I don't really have a preference when I'm buying on Coinbase or Binance. It's kind of all the same, right? I mean,
I'll definitely say I've switched a lot. Like obviously I started with Coinbase, and then now pretty much it's FTX and Binance strictly if I'm gonna do anything, on ramp, off ramp, this type of stuff. It's just superior in my opinion, and yeah, just my preference. But this thing that Binance came out with the soulbound tokens, I don't know, convenient, cool, at the same time scary, right? So basically, whatever wallet you KYC with, it's kind of cool because now you don't. I suppose that you're not going to have to constantly be validating and verifying yourself all the freaking time. But it's a soulbound token, so that wallet will forever be bound to that KYC and that information. And so, technically, I don't know if you'd like some privacy, use another wallet.
Interesting. So this is
But
like tokens that they're just releasing for Binance.
yeah, from what I understand, but it's either like the wallet that you use within Binance, or I'm not sure if you use SafePal Savage, which is another like hardware wallet, which is kind of cool because it gives you access to Binance, but you steal your keys and you're using your hardware wallet. That's what I thought about first when I saw the soulbound token option. I was like, oh, this is great for like something like my SafePal, where it's like I don't have to go and use the regular side or use like my desktop. I could just go through my SafePal and it's already KYC'd. I don't have to do anything, So annoying, like every other like year or so when you get the whole like you need to get reapproved or whatever. And it's like, great. Here we go again.
SafePal, when you buy something on Binance, it would go directly into your SafePal account, which is like your hardware wallet or a wallet that you own versus sitting on the exchange, just chilling on Binance. That's really cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. Let me show you one of these little wallets. They're pretty dope. I still prefer Ledger to anything else, but sometimes you're looking for some weird token that only you can find on Binance, and so that's where I usually go to my SafePal. But it's pretty dope. It's got this little small screen for the QR code, and it just goes on. It contacts your app in the wallet, and you're in Binance, and you can get whatever you need from it. It's really convenient.
And that's a hardware wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Does it read? With the barcodes or also display them? Could you use that for like token gating if you were like to get into a concert or something where you don't actually have to?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That would be great functionality for it, right? No, at the moment I have not heard of anything like that. But yeah, that would be a great use case, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we have this is what space smells like, saying FTX and Binance not allowed in New York. I love New York. KuCoin I think is still good over there, right? I know KuCoin has a lot of these coins that are hard to find. I've been using KuCoin for over a year. I think I like KuCoin. I've had no issues with them.
Oof.
There was what else we got over here? There was some news for LG setting up a new partnership with Hedera over here, which I'm all about that one. I think Biggie will be too. We're talking about Hedera before this episode today. I like Hedera a lot. You know, they're kind of like the big corporate giant. Hedera doesn't share their code with anybody. I think they might have had a deal with ServiceNow or a big customer relationship management platform. But this is kind of interesting because if you have one of their new smart TVs, you're actually able to interact with their marketplace directly on the television, and that marketplace is hosted on Hedera. I would love to see Hedera take off and make some money. We're currently at about 6 cents, I think, per token. I think I bought in a couple of months ago at like 16 or something like that. Do you remember what you were buying Hedera at?
Oh man, it's been so long. Honestly, like I basically took profits and kept like a small bag, right? It still always hurts, like you said, to see these things go down. How low can you go, right? But I really believe in the tech also, you know, and I'm by no means, obviously, I think if you make a bet on Hedera, you are for the argument that not everything needs to or has to or will be decentralized, right? Which a lot of decentralized maxis are like, no fucking way, like non-negotiable. And that's just asinine in my opinion, like to assume that all these corporate giants are not going to jump into the space and have something to offer, right? And something that's going to be superior to it. And I think the way they've handled it with their validators and everything is awesome. It's great. And I've used it before. It's a good chain. So I'm holding on as well, Savage. And this is great. Like, I think it's a great partnership. And I really, when I read that, I really wonder what that means for stuff like Token Frame and these other like display companies that have popped up for NFTs, because honestly, I don't know, how do you feel about those, Savage? Like, to me, that's one of the beauties, right, of your NFTs. Like, I like the idea of being able to like walk into a space and it's like, oh, you have NFTs, and be able to not just show them on my phone, but if there's a screen or something, I can just pop them up there, right?
Yeah.
And some of these other display NFT things, they're very they seem locked, right? Like if you order something from Token Frame or this or that, it's like this one NFT that you get to display, or you know. So this will be very, very interesting, you know, to see TVs and monitors and all this stuff be available to access all these really cool NFTs, right?
Yeah, I kind of think this is weird when like LG says, you know, you can now interact with, you know, our marketplace or whatever directly on my store. I've kind of always had the same thought as you is, why don't you just give me a regular television? I'll interact with my NFTs on my phone and cast it up. I don't want to put my personal information on a random TV that's sitting on the wall. Like, who knows what kind of malware or what's been installed on that. And I don't want to log into your actual television. I mean, if it's at my house, how often are you going to have that thing on and playing? Like, make it a regular smart TV so I can play whatever I want on it. And then when guests come over or do whatever, I can just cast it up to it. So like you said, they feel very locked into me. I don't think I would purchase one myself, just because a digital picture frame is a television.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy
it has no other functionality, right? It's just, it's like, what if, and then lo and behold, it breaks one day or something, and it's like, that's it. So,
yeah, I mean, it's plugged in and using energy all the time to display pictures. I mean, if it's in your house, you already know those, and your wife probably doesn't want to see them all day and think about that, you know, electricity bill or whatever. And when people come over, I don't want to boot up my picture frame and like, I don't know, it just seems a lot easier to hit the power button and cast stuff to it. But I do like that big money is getting into this space. So when Samsung and LG and these big companies start interacting with crypto or doing anything on the blockchain, I'm going to talk about it, because that's something that is absolutely going to move our space forward. And I like that. I like that. That's good for us.
Yes.
Let's see here. Coinbase is doing something that's rather helpful and that maybe you'll display on your televisions. They are letting you now find out what politicians in your area are crypto friendly just by going on the Coinbase app. And you can just scroll down and see their views on the different, policies on crypto and whatnot. Let's ask the audience out there, when you're doing voting, does crypto regulation have anything to do with your decisions, or preset blue, red, purple, whatever? Or is that just how people are going to vote? Because I think crypto regulation would sway my votes greatly, because I really don't care about too much of the other stuff out there. I mean, I feel like it's already been set in place and they've kind of already made their determinations. But, if we can get some more crypto-friendly politicians in there, now that might make a big difference. What are our
That's
users?
That's definitely a catalyst. I think it's very pertinent to Marty McFly's comment earlier on, of what the next catalyst can or would be. I think definitely crypto regulation would be one of those, right? Because for the longest time, they've been very vague, and my take on it was always like, well, they're being cautious, right? Because you don't want to overregulate, or you want to allow this technology and for people to experiment. But at this point in time, I think this vagueness, especially like Biden's recent thing that he signed, very vague, right? And purposely so, like with no clear guidelines. And I think you're seeing that other countries, other places are taking real, meaningful, thoughtful regulation to the space that allows it to flourish and thrive. So this is great. I think it should be everywhere.
Talking about crypto regulation in other areas, this is a big one that hit the news yesterday or something like that. Maybe today. Today's the 16th, so this is yesterday. China made a ruling on crypto and said it can be traded, as it's not a currency. It's more like a digital asset, and so you can trade it from person to person. So, I mean, even China can give us regulation, or a hard line in the sand of what you can and can't do. It feels like America's kind of falling behind here. I feel like we've been talking about cryptocurrency for a long time, and then maybe they were just waiting for the merge to happen too, so they can kind of see where the industry is going to go, if it's going to be safe for institutional investors to get in there, or what's happening. Hey, this is what space smells like. He's saying he's only voting crypto friendly. Let's go. That's what we're hoping for here. We're going to push our couple voters out there to vote for politicians around you that actually are pro
crypto and cannabis friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my man. Let's go. We make so much money off of cannabis. I can't believe it's not legal absolutely everywhere. Speaking of China, I think China's now growing ass loads of pot now. They're trying to smoke us out of this business. I was just watching that totally random, watching that on the news the other day, that they're starting to grow massive amounts of cannabis over in China. And it's illegal over there. They have to get like a special permit to grow it. And then you go in there with like drones, and there's just shitloads of pot just everywhere. I'm like, man, China, those people put in some work. I'll tell you what, they put in some work. Those dudes.
Hey, man, if they can innovate in this space, I'm all for it. All for it, China. Please continue.
Yeah.
Right? New Chinese strain 3 times as potent as anything in the States. Holy crap.
I know in Europe they were saying that they've been adding some Chinese additives to their marijuana over there, and it's all synthetic, and it's a lot stronger, and it's actually addictive too. So
no, man. No.
Stay away from that stuff. Not good. I heard it's running a wreck over there in Europe. Maybe if our viewers over there are Europe based, you can let us know how your greenage is on that side of the pond over there. Organic, trashy, good, not good. Let us know.
Yes,
be
please.
Sure to like and subscribe if you're out there too. It's a good time for a sponsored segment. NFT Live today, brought to you by NFT Live. That's right. Make sure you jump inside the Discord, hang out with us.
Fentanyl. Wow. I wouldn't surprise me if they laced it with fentanyl. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, I think they're actually just trying to get people hooked, not kill them. Whereas they're sending fentanyl to the US, so it kind of destroys our economy and people and fentanyl.
Sad story, yeah.
That stuff's super sad. The stupid pharmacies just getting away with murder over here. Literally getting away with murder. So many people dying. And no one's paying any fees or anything like that. I don't know. Fentanyl's killing lots of people. Speaking of stuff that's dying, we have a NFT renting platform saying they had close to 0 transactions and they are shutting down. NFT platform Rentable is shutting down.
Yeah,
I didn't even know this was something in the market. Did you know you could rent out your NFTs to someone, Biggie?
Was it like renting out the NFTs or like a renting like Airbnb type of place using crypto or, you know?
This was actually renting out your NFTs. So they're saying instead of like your NFT sitting inside your wallet, collecting virtual dust. Look at that throwback. Oh man, the guy that makes these episodes, he's on to something here. Just collecting virtual dust over here. And they're saying that, you know, if you just have your NFT chilling in your wallet or whatever, it's not really doing a whole lot, just collecting dust. So this Rentable program was saying you could actually lend them out to somebody else so they could utilize them.
I'll tell you this, the only protocol I trust to lend out some of my NFTs is Aggregator, fam. That's it. That's the only thing I use it for, and I think it's the most convenient. But yeah, it would be strange, right? Like, you want to rent out my Moonbird? You want to rent out my... What are you going to do with it, man? Like, go and take out a loan, fractionalize it, and then leave me stuck with an IOU? No, that's I don't know. It would be interesting to see why
I feel like
they
people
decided
that would
to
be
do it.
renting would have been like corporate institutional investors or whatever. But those guys have so much money. Why would they rent it? Like if they're going to make something their mascot, they're probably just going to buy it so they don't run into IP issues later down the road. Like trying to pull that off in a board meeting, like, hey, we're going to go rent Biggie's NFT. We're going to make, you know, millions of dollars worth of ads and then hope he lets us rent it again in the future so we don't lose our mascot or something. Yeah, hit him up. You can find Biggie's contacts right down in here in the episode. Description of the episode.
No, that's hilarious, man. No, I mean, I think, I suppose like the aim was to, I imagine like rent out like gaming NFTs. And that makes sense. But then again, like I feel a lot safer, something like Aggregator, where it's all in-house, you know, and it's developed specifically for that. That'd be strange.
Is that for like guilds or something where people can go use your NFT inside the game?
Yes, sir. It's really cool. And you can set whether there's a price, and, you know, with Aggregator, there's different tokens that you can farm, and you can also collect a different percentage of it. And you can even stream or pay some of it to your guild so that it does really well. It's cool little game. You don't play Aggregator, I take it, Savage?
Nope.
You're not into the little ghosts?
I mean, not that I'm just not into it. I'm just really busy. I have a few jobs.
I get you. It's hard to keep up with everything, man. Well,
it's just like, you know, if you're on a computer all day and then you go to relax, you don't want to be on a computer anymore. Yeah, it's like I've already been sitting, you know, my back hurts. I want to go do something else. That's why I was like working on my car all week this week, because it's because, you know, you sit and you stare at permissions and Discord, whatever, for hours on hours. I mean, your brain, I feel like, just starts to get mushy. And, you know, I was super white. I think the lighting in here is nice and it makes me look tan. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Don't believe that, guys. We are real pale. We are real pale. So I went out and got a little bit of sunlight and touched a little bit of grass. You know, my nice, pretty IT hands. Got some oil underneath the nails now. Feel like a man. We'll see if it actually works. Yeah, it's nice to just get away from your computer every now and then. I have issues stepping away. Like, I don't know, how much time do you spend on your computer a day?
Too much,
Too much.
Savage. I completely sympathize with you, man. I'm constantly pruning, everything, like the projects I follow, things. It's just, it's a lot, right? And I agree with you. Touching some grass or having some healthy hobbies that keep you moving is the way to go, man. You can't forego that, dude. You'll burn out.
Yeah, you will burn out. So a little bit of good news for all our NBA fans out there. So Rare is creating an NBA game that lets you basically build a fantasy NBA team. So you can collect their cards, make your team, and you can play some fantasy NBA through this NFT-based game. They've already kind of done it with baseball and soccer. So, if you can't make it away from your computer, you don't like gaming, but you do like playing fantasy, because this is like fantasy time. This is maybe the way to go. I like NBA stuff. I'm excited. You doing any fantasy for football or anything right now?
So this has been like, I have friends that play fantasy. I've never understood it. I kind of hate it. Like, calling something fantasy football just does not jive well with me. And like, honestly, I'm not the biggest NBA or NFL fan ever, but I am a UFC fan aficionado. And so I've had to learn how to play with these things with DraftKings. And it's still like, I have a hard time clicking with it, but it's still, I've won a couple of times with it. And so I can see myself using something like this down the line for UFC, please. Like, I don't do these other sports. So
that would be a really good one for this platform, because then you get to have their card against another dude. Like, I feel like UFC maybe should have been the first one for a fantasy team or whatever. You only have to collect one card. So like, for beginners getting into it, would have been rather easy. And you can, grab your favorite fighter and just kind of bet on them. Hey, I think you're onto something there, Biggie. I think you're onto something. Yeah. X-Wow saying, did LeBron retire? Don't you know that dude's never retiring? Never retiring. He said he wants to play with both his sons in the NBA. Wants to set that record. Not only be the first one to play with his son, but he wants to play with both his sons. It's like 3 or 4 years down the road till his younger son is going to be in the NBA. So
that's a lot of pressure for the sons. Are they any good?
They might just make it on the team just because dad said he wanted to play with them. Think about the amount of, like, I don't know, advertisements or how much that would be talked about in the news. Like, LeBron's been playing forever. And if he actually plays with one of his kids or even both of his kids, man, there's going to be so much free press around that. There are a lot of people saying LeBron will be old and won't be worth anything at that point in time. But does it even matter? I bet you he'd take like a huge salary cut just to play with his boys. And the amount of fans that would show, like, the girlfriend and I were talking about this. We would definitely not miss a LeBron game when he's playing with his kids. That's epic. Cool. Even if he rode the bench the whole time, that's historical. Kind of like the ETH merge that's going on right now. Couldn't not have a show this week with Nifty being in Europe. It's like, this is like ETH merger week. We have to have NFT Live episode this week. So definitely thanks for everyone for showing up and chat with us and hanging out. No, LeBron is not retired. Yeah, Biggie, that hat is dope, fam. Did you just get that one?
Thank you. No, I've had it for a while.
Slick.
It's been my main thing. Yeah, thank you.
I like that one.
Appreciate it.
Is that the nicest hat that you've got from the NFT space?
Oh, no. Yeah, no? NFT space, yes, but not the nicest hat I had. My favorite ones are like these ones I bought when I went to visit Japan. They got some solid design skills over there, man. They're really dope. But yeah, love me my birds for sure.
Oh, Xwell making comments on LeBron, since he will never be as good as Jordan or Kobe. What else does he got? I mean, he got a lot of money. The deal he signed with Jordan for the shoes, his lifetime deal, bruh, so much money. If his two boys play and they don't blow all their money, that family will be a dynasty forever. There's going to be so much money behind that. That's like, if he actually is successful and pulls that off, LeBron dynasty in the USA, he'll become royalty. They would have a ridiculous amount of money. The deal he signed with Jordan is nice. And what the family just has to not make mistakes in the public or whatever to get the contract canceled. Like that, they got a lot of money over there. So as good as Jordan or Kobe, I don't have a comment on that. We're not trying to make the NBA crowd here, all upset, but if you're a realtor, your job's trash. I'm sticking to that one. Your job's trash. You don't deserve 5% of my house when you sell it. That's a throwback to an old NFT Live episode we're bringing back. Realtors, I don't like you. What do we have here left on the episode? We got a couple more minutes left. There is a new game being dropped from Epic Games, who makes a Fortnite, and it is a mythical Blankos block party. You ever played any Blankos, Biggie?
Yeah, I've been there since the start. Honestly, I suck at it, so I don't play it too much. I'm really bad with the keyboard. Like I need a controller, like an actual controller. And so anytime I play, it's just I start getting exasperated. But I absolutely love their virtual world, and the art is unbelievable. Like it's really, really, really dope. So yeah, I'm a fan of Blankos. I think they're going to come out eventually with your ability to like print out some of your Blankos, like I guess 3D print them or something. I'm really looking forward to that.
That's sick.
It'll be dope. Yeah.
What do you do in the Blankos game? I guess I hear about Blankos all the time, and I've never actually looked into it.
It's weird. Like they have the general game, which has like some quests, right? Like you have to go talk to this guy and get this and get a jetpack or whatever. But then the real cool stuff is like you have to go into these wormholes that take you to these games that you as a player or a fan can build. You can build your own game, Savage, which is really dope. And I really like the shoot 'em up ones, that's kind of like my thing. But again, since I have to play on the keyboard, I always get wrecked and I get annoyed. And so I don't last very long. Don't look at my leaderboard stats over there. They're trash.
You never plugged in an Xbox controller to your computer?
No, not like, yeah. In that regard, it's really that easy.
Yeah, you buy the dongle and plug it in, and that's that. Like it syncs up, it does everything super easy.
I gotta tell you, like I was more of a PlayStation guy myself.
Hey, me too.
And then afterwards, like I just left that until Google came out with their streaming stuff, and for Cyberpunk, I ended up folding and they're like, okay, I'm gonna be a gamer again. But so there's very specific games that I really take out the controller and like start in. But my wife hates it because whenever Assassin's Creed or God of Wars come out, she knows it's like, okay, for a month or two, this guy's gonna be gone, like nowhere else. So I try not to bring those toys into the house. Like an Xbox, I think would be too much. But I'm gonna look into that for the Blankos because I always get annoyed. Like every time I play, it's like, okay, what's up with that? How do you jump? And it's like, no, man, come on, give me a
I thought when I was gaming on my computer, I wanted to use a controller. So I bought one that had a cable that it was made to use on the computer. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll get rid of this one and use a different one. So I went wireless, and that dongle makes it super easy. But then I realized that I'm trash on a controller, and that was a total waste of money because I'm way better at, WASD or whatever. So my Xbox controller sits in its drawer next to the other Xbox controller, next to the other Xbox controller. And I've never owned an Xbox. These are just all for gaming on my computer.
I was going to say Xbox Maxi.
No, never owned one. The last gaming system, well, other than my Switch, the last gaming system I bought was probably, what was the GameCube? Was it the white one? No, the Wii.
Oh, okay.
The Wii.
The Wii. All right. Those were fun, man.
Those were fun, man. Cool. The bowling. Man, that was where it's at for a while until I figured out you could do it from, sitting, and I think that ruined it a little bit. You know what? The girlfriend might have beat me one too many times, and I might have just rage quit that one. But, she's never beat me on Mario Kart.
Oh,
that's right. I said it. Never beat me on Mario Kart. I see, did you ever play any Splinterlands? I don't know, they've been in the industry for a while.
No. Tell me about it. Tell us.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about Splinterlands either myself. I believe it's a card game you can play, and it's based on it's crypto based, but they have a new NFT game coming out. It's NFT Rooney NFT Mint. So this just hit the news today. I saw it right before going on air over here, and it's a one-of-a-kind NFT in gaming history. I know Splinterlands makes a lot of money on the back end. I see them doing pretty good volume. How about we ask people in chat out there? Is anyone out there a Splinterlands user? Are you excited for this new drop that is coming out? Maybe you guys know more about Splinterlands and you can fill us in. I don't do a whole lot of card games. Do you play card games? Like you play Hearts, Gin Rummy, poker, anything with cards like in real life?
I'll play 21 every now and then. I definitely like, what do you call it? Kashesh, backgammons and stuff like that. And then, yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, I've played like the Gods Unchained and stuff like that. It's dope. I like it. It's a nice time. We're getting invited into game night. I have not checked that out, Jacob, but I'd be happy to do it, man.
Man, I don't know if anyone.
Fun as hell.
Yeah, people probably want to watch you game because you've gamed. I think it would just be.
I'm gonna get wrecked, dude. I have a feeling.
TV.
I'll do it. I'll do it for the lulz for sure.
I haven't played a game in ages. Have 35K SPS tokens waiting for Moon. Do you know what SPS tokens are? Is that like a Splinterland token?
Splinterlands tokens, I suppose.
I'm gonna take a guess that that's Splinterlands token out there. Oh, wow! It's nice nice someone's making some money out there in NFT gaming. I see KG over there all the time doing stuff. I don't know. I just don't have the patience. Even to play like a good game. I don't know. It doesn't hold my attention. I think I have too much ADHD. Like if I sit down for a game and I'm playing it for more than 20 minutes, it'll go to a loading screen. And then I'm on Discord answering questions or doing something, and then the game boots up and I'm never ready to play. So I don't know. Probably don't want to watch me game. I don't think it would be very interesting. Probably a lot of deaths. I played Minecraft and I died so many times. Brutal.
Well, you have to hold me down, man. We'll have to do this LADZ NFT game night one day and just see what happens. It sounds cool.
It could be good content. You never know.
I swear a lot, though.
Well, that just means you're having a good time, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're not getting fired up. You're not swearing a little bit. That probably means you don't really care what you're doing. At least that's what I tell myself when I watch my friends that are all raging or whatever. We got one more topic we're going to touch on here today. If you missed the beginning of the show, Nifty Q's over in Europe for OktoberFest. So you're hanging out with Biggie and myself. I'll be back next Wednesday as well as next Friday with Biggie. So I look forward to seeing everyone then. We are going to be filling in for Nifty Q while he is over in Europe doing his OktoberFest stuff. But why don't we?
I want to see what you're drinking, Q. I want to see what Q is drinking. Please, if you catch up on this episode, pictures on the LADZ Network, please.
I wonder if it's that tequila that you've been. It's probably too strong for OktoberFest. Probably too strong.
Yeah, and I don't think the Germans know how to do tequila. You should stick to the brew, brother. Stick to the brew for sure.
Yeah, you start drinking the liquor too early in the day, and you're probably gonna be falling over and missing a lot of your vacation there. But that's kind of what makes some vacations good, right? Ones you can't remember.
Yeah, I bet he's going to have a ball, man.
I'm sure Nifty's going to have a good time. It'd be interesting to see who he's going over there and hanging out with. You probably don't just randomly travel to Europe to do OktoberFest, right? Gotta know someone over there. Hey, you know what? Maybe Nifty's a lot more bold than me.
Some gutter cat folk, maybe.
Savage, that's right. There you go. Yeah. Gutter cat or Bored Ape. He's got a lot of different communities he's in over there. But before we go, why don't we touch on this last topic over here, this KINETIC. You sent me this one right before the show. What's going on with this NFT aggregator, Biggie?
Man, I'm pumped about it. So think about it. It's going to be like the Cosmos or Thor chain for NFTs. It's basically an aggregator for cross-chain NFT. So right now it's just an aggregator, but you can suppose that they're going to eventually allow you bridging and trading within all of these different ecosystems. I'm very excited because I think there is a whole world out there that people like us that have been in the space for some time, that we pretty much just stick to ETH and some basic chains. But I don't know, like that's one thing that I'm always trying to explore, different ecosystems. And there's some communities that are thriving over there. I'm particularly fond of like Near ecosystem, the Stacks ecosystem, Flow. And so I'm really looking forward to being able to dive down deep and discover new ecosystems and places. We were talking about it before the show started, Savage, of whether we think PFPs are oversaturated, right, in the space. And if you've been in ETH for some time now, you might very well feel that way, right? I mean, but when you zoom out and you see how early we are and the percentage of people that own NFTs, and then I think you even go further out and look at the entire world, the ecosystem. I mean, there's stuff that is being built on different chains that I think will stand the test of time, and so it behooves us to venture out a little beyond our comfort zone. So I'm really stoked about this.
It's an interesting time for them to launch this, with us kind of, being in the middle of a bear market and NFT sales being way down. I think it's an interesting time to be releasing this. Maybe they're trying to beat the rest of the market to dropping this, because if you wait too long, one of your competitors is going to drop it, and then you're the second person in the space to do it. But being able to trade NFTs across chain from, ETH to Poly, or Poly to Avalanche, or whatever, would be amazing. That's what I thought about when we first got in this space and all the different chains. But I definitely didn't think I was going to see that product dropped in 2022. That's impressive.
Yeah. And it's going to be good, I think. There's a couple of projects that already have on their roadmap this ability, right, to go cross chain from Ethereum, from like Stacks ecosystem to Ethereum. And I think it's really cool because when you do that, supposedly like the art itself morphs into something else, right? Which can offer like all kinds of fun functionality, right? And also, I mean, it's weird, right? Like you own one NFT that looks one way on one chain, but when you bridge it over to another, it completely changes. It's almost like owning two NFTs in one. It's really cool.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how well those bridges are protected. I know.
Oh yeah.
There's
going to be trouble. There's going to be trouble for sure.
Yeah.
But I would love to know if any of the lads like interact with other chains aside from Polygon and Ethereum. Let us know. I'm really interested, because I think this is something that's it could be a narrative in the next bull run, right?
Yeah. Do you use any bridges? Maybe not even just for NFTs, for DeFi or for anything. What bridges are you interacting with? Be sure to jump inside the Discord. Let us know in there. Big shout out to Llama and Hash Rhymes, our moderators for LADZ City. We greatly appreciate you. Thanks for holding us down. And thank you for joining us today on NFT Live. This is a fun episode. I think we're going to close this one out with a little bit more OktoberFest fail compilations.
Oh, yes.
And we will hope that this is not Nifty Q, or if it is, at least record it. I mean, you're allowed to do all the fails you want, my man. Just make sure you hand the iPhone to someone else. Let them capture that so we can play it on the next NFT Live OVOT. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. We're out of here, guys.
Thank you, fellas.
Oh. Come back. Didn't mean to pause it on the puking.
Oh, dude.
If
Do
that
it,
guy's
do
actually
it,
playing
do it.
some music that sounds good, epic. Bro dancing. Ugh.
Yes, there he goes.
Oh, this poor guy.
Oh, dude, he's lost. He's lost.
Oh man. Oh. 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 1, 2.
Oh,
Oh, that one looked violent. Oh.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, ich bin einfach rausgegangen und da war es einfach meist aus.
All right, our Vibe Bar Tribe.